There is so much in the crypto market at basement price right now. And in the last week, I felt like it was a good time to revisit Illuvium with their upcoming land sale, as well as revisit their ILV token and see if the timing is right now that it is 80% off from its previous highs. And my conclusions might not be what you want to hear, or they might be exactly what you want to hear, but I always try to be open to the facts, even if they are different from what I want the facts to align to. Welcome to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Rain. And if you like money and crypto and you're looking for a real investor's take on the crypto market, join the Rainmaker family. Do note I'm not a financial advisor. I am a crypto investor myself, and I do own or plan to own most of what I talk about on this channel because I don't talk about crypto projects I don't believe in. And I'm really interested in the ILV token. I've been waiting for the price to be right. And the question is it right? Special shout out to our Patreon members. We do have a private Discord that our Patreon members get access to. Now, make it rain on that like button. Strap in for the show. D is away for a vacation with the family, so I'm also the producer today. Now, Illuvium is one of the first AAA level play to earn games that entered development in the blockchain gaming space. Their token launched last year, and I'm spending time on this game because I think the game is going to be amazing. I really like this project, and I love that the game revenues are shared in different ways with the ILV token holders, as well as some value shared with the land holders in their upcoming land sale. Now, I believe that is the secret sauce. Combine it with the kind of Pokemon type of game that people will really love. It is really looking interesting, but it is early enough in the early stages that it's just a guess that this game will be amazing. But I am liking what I'm seeing, and I think you will too. Now, I don't know about you, but I am an investor myself. So I want to know, is the token possibly going to get cheaper for a while? Because I want as much of this token as I can get if the team keeps doing really cool things and the game continues to look really solid. Now, the right game that does things well and hits some massive adoption can see incredible returns for savvy investors. I was an early investor in Axie Infinity's land, and I had to go from the $4,000 I put in to $400,000 over 2.5 years. And if I had held just 6 more months, it would have been $5 million. Now, there are several games I am very interested in. This is one of my favorites, but it's just one of my favorites. And I'll briefly go over a few other ones to look at that have me waiting for juicier prices, at least on one of them. Now, in order to know if I'm interested in putting my hard-earned money into a project's token or land, I want to have a feel for how solid I feel the team is, and I want to see what is behind the team itself. Now, I did an interview months back with founder Kieran Warwick, and I liked him a lot. He has a team of close to 100 people working on this game and has put out a lot of teasers, and it's clear this game is looking amazing. Realize, though, that crypto gaming is still early stages, and in these early stages, there are huge potential rewards as well as huge potential losses. Something unexpected could happen that could wipe the project off the face of the map within a week. I mean, we recently saw something like that with Luna. So think of yourself like an angel investor or a VC investor. Don't buy just because someone on YouTube said it's cool. You want to dig in, do your own research. Now, if you don't know how to do your own research, well, that is part of what we cover in some of our videos here. I'm going to show you something that definitely gets my attention as I researched Illuvium's ILV token. That is something you would not want to miss if you're going to make a large purchase, because it can be devastating if you miss this in your research. Then I'm going to share with you the relevance of that. So let's get into a bit of what this game looks like. Let me share with you my screen. And we're going to see the trailer teaser here. Here we go. This isn't the trailer teaser. This is just some gameplay that I wanted to show you.
Back to nothing.
That's pretty funny. All right, so not bad for the gameplay, right? The graphics look amazing. The gameplay looks fun. Now personally, I was off in the military when Pokemon really took off, so I missed Pokemon. But this looks like the real killer Pokemon style game that everyone's been waiting for, like kind of a rated R or PG-13 version of Pokemon, doesn't it? With like the amazing creatures with an incredible sci-fi setting. I look forward to seeing how all of this looks on the train of Illuvium in that world. So when I look at a project, first I look at team. So in my opinion, I like the team and I put a check mark by that. Second is gameplay, and which is why I want to share with this with you. And I like what I'm seeing here. Third is tokenomics. Now, I decided to search up what I could find on the token vesting for Illuvium, was able to find some beautiful information. All right, let me share my screen here. So, looking at it, I was able to find ICO drops. I found some interesting information. So, looks like the token sale happened on 30th of March through the 2nd of April. Now, the market was pretty hot during that time frame, and it launched at $88. Now, a total of 10 million tokens total. Available to the token sale, it says 10%. So, they did sell off just 1 million total tokens there. That has some different information, but I did some more digging and found some more interesting information. I found this on CryptoRank that it looks like they had some kind of pre-sale here, and I'm not exactly sure what this is, but look, the IDO was at $88, and then you can see here $50. Now, still, those that bought in at $50, they're way up. But look at this. The seed price was $3.33. So they're up almost 100x, even after the big retracement that happened. That's interesting, isn't it? It's great information to know as we look at the next step, which is the token vesting schedule. So let's look at that. Look at the date. So I was able to find this. Now, this is really interesting and really helps us put everything in context. So in this blue, we have the public sale, right, where they sold up to 1 million tokens. Now, interestingly enough, we only see in circulating supply 651 million. So they're not even representing a full million here. Let's see if coin market cap, and we put in ILV, and let's see if they show any different numbers. So they're showing a circulating supply right now of 650 million. So not even the full amount that was sold. That's interesting why they're showing a smaller number. Okay, going back to this. So we see that they sold 1.5 million tokens at this seed price. Okay, well, we definitely now want to know, what does that token vesting schedule look like? And wouldn't you know that those tokens are starting to vest? So they were locked up all until March here. Interesting. So just 2 months back, this massive token vesting started. So we want to look when this goes to, right? So it started in March. And so here we are at the end of May, or near the end of May, right here. And there are a lot more tokens coming out between now and end of February next year. So literally it's going from 1 million tokens that were possibly sold in the pre-sale up to 6 million tokens in the next 10 additional months. In fact, let's look at what the price has done in the previous 3 months as those tokens started vesting. So it was all the way here almost to $700. And those tokens started vesting, from what we can tell, right here. So early April, probably first week of April. And what do we see here? Whoops, that is not the right chart. First week of April, that's when all of a sudden the token price started coming down, right? So we see here on the 5th of April, it peaked at $667, and then it started to come down here. And then early May, another big decrease. And then it's kind of actually held a lot of support right there. Now, what are we likely to see from here? Well, that is interesting, right? What are we likely to see from here? Now, do you think that all this token investing is going to put some pressure, some downward price pressure on the token? Absolutely, it's going to do that. Now, that isn't to say that the ILV token can't go up. If something else drove much higher buy pressure than the potential sell pressure, the price could rise dramatically. But in the current market we're in, I don't see that. Other than some growing awareness in this next month, is the Illuvium land sale is in on June 2nd. So I'm very interested in that land, but as to whether I buy or wait on the ILV token, well, that depends on prices. And from what I'm seeing here, I am absolutely waiting. I've been crushed by token investing in the past. Let me give you a better view here. And so I think we might even see more attractive prices as this vesting happens. Yeah. Now, let's take a look at another hot game that was super hot just 6 months back. And I really hope this game succeeds, even though I'm also waiting to load up on this one. And that game is Star Atlas. Now, one of my favorite games the past 20 years was EVE Online. And my hope is that Star Atlas ends up being like a hybrid of EVE Online and Star Citizen, but it's still so early to tell. And I'm waiting for a good entry point on Star Atlas as well. And let's see if the token has the same vesting concerns. So here's Star Atlas's price. They have two tokens, the Atlas token and their DAO called Polis. And both of them are seeing big declines here. And we're seeing a little bit of rounded bottom, but it hasn't even seemingly bottomed out yet. It's still on this trajectory downwards. So I was looking up the token vesting on this, and we are currently in May 2022. And look at this over the next 2 years, massive amounts of tokens. So May 2002. So it looks like we're at, I don't know, total tokens on Star Atlas token, because this is specifically a Star Atlas token. The total supply down the road is 36 billion. So that would be this number here. So we're at, all right, May 2022. So we're probably at about 6 billion. And until May of 2 years from now, all of a sudden we'll be at about 24 billion. So in the next 2 years, the token supply of these tokens is going to quadruple. So that does put some downward pressure on the price. Now, if much buying pressure comes in, it can greatly exceed that. But just be aware that that's happening over the coming years. And it really doesn't plane off for a while. But notice that a lot of this pressure a lot of that pressure is from the rewards pools. But the public token sales and the public pre-sale and the private token vesting, a lot of that happens until January of 2024. And if those are vastly up, they're likely to take profits. Just as when we were talking about Illuvium, notice this. So if people bought Illuvium at the seed price, and we're seeing those seed investors, that is here in the pink, start to get their tokens, because even at today's price, they're up almost 100x. Do you think they're probably going to sell their tokens? All but the very most committed to the long term of the game are going to sell those tokens. And even many who are committed to the long term might sell to then buy more back at a cheaper price, because they can sell now for almost 100x, even after the big decreases. So Star Atlas, though I'm very interested in this project and looking for good entries, that's a massive token investing that's really coming online right here. A lot of those private token sales really vesting, and they have been for a while. And that's part of the reason you see this downward price pressure, right? As well as the game's still under development. They have some stuff that you can do to earn some of these reward pools. That's really cool. But just be aware that that's happening. Now, another one of my favorite games, or one of my favorite projects, not really a game, is Comet. And I want to share with you and illustrate what kind of pressures token investing can put on something. So if you've been around for a while, you know that in like January of 2022, the price of the Comet was like really, really, really cheap. And it literally went like 400 or 800x up to 1.4 cents. Then it came all the way down in June, close to 1 point or 0.12 cents, and it went all the way back up. But there's something that's very interesting started happening with the Comet token. And their token vesting of Comet started to really happen Q4 of 2020, but really kicked off Q2 of 2021, Q3 of 2021, Q4 of 2021. Now, we're presently in Q2 of 2022 and almost in Q3. So a lot of that vesting has happened. Now, let's look at this token price and see if you see it went here and it started to come up here, but it was pushing against some massive sell pressure. And I think that's what pushed it where it couldn't get beyond this point, couldn't break through this 0.8 cents level. Now, I don't know what Ecomi's pre-sale price was. I did participate in the pre-sale back in like 2018, put 1 ETH into it. I have no idea what the number was. That was so long ago. Now, I was able to find this, and this looks like the IEO price. And the IEO price, basically those numbers, even at today's price, that's very suppressed, right? Way down here, that price is still up 17x. So imagine people were getting some of the early workers with the Comet project and other team members were getting their tokens, and they're way up at like 60 or 70x. So yeah, as they're getting those tokens unlocked, like we see in the schedule, see that blue is the team and founders. So, a lot of the team that helped build the Comet, they're way in profit. They become a millionaire by selling off their tokens. And that's what's happening. And that's what kept the price from breaking through, because the project was really nailing it on their collectibles all during this time. I mean, some of the top IP in the whole world, including Marvel, Disney. They had DC with like Batman and Superman. They had some really great stuff, some of the top artists and other things in the world. Why was it not breaking up? Well, a lot of it was the vesting schedule. Now, Comey did some really good lockups. I remember when they launched, part of the selling point was, hey, the team stuff is locked for like 3 years. Just they launched or were putting this together in 2017. So then in 2021, I think their actual IEO and stuff was in 2018, and the pre-sale was early 2018, if I'm remembering right. And so, yeah, they had a very like good lockup, which was smart, but eventually those tokens start vesting. And when that vesting happens, that's the kind of price pressure that you see. So in fairness to you, I wanted to give you an update. I know I covered Illuvium just the other day because I'm very bullish on this land sale coming up. And one of the viewers asked, hey, am I more bullish on the land or the ILV tokens? And it was a good time to really dig into the Illuvium token because it'd come down from $1,500 all the way down to $300. And I was like, hey, is it time? And that's merited hours of research on my end just to really look at and see if it was time for me to load up, because I don't have any Illuvium tokens yet. I want some. And I was looking at things. I found that vesting schedule and I said, oh my, yes, I'm glad I looked at this first, because there's a strong chance I'm going to be able to buy a lot more Illuvium tokens or ILV tokens. Because a lot of those pre-sale investors, a lot of times when they get the chance to sell big profits, they do. And if they do, well, that's going to drive the price down a lot more, make for some good pickups. So as to what you do, well, really, that's up to you. I'm just providing the research that I found and see what I like, share it with you. But I can't give you financial advice. That's not what I do here. Now, if you're not already a rainmaker, join us. Join what I call the Navy SEALs of crypto and level up your crypto game. Navy SEALs, I use that analogy because they don't quit easily, right? They're tenacious. They hold in there. And aren't you seeing the value of that? And what I ask is for you to commit to this space for the next 4 years. Now, why then? Because the truth is, that's the only people that make money in this space, is those that commit for the longer term, and they stick around when it's rough like this, because it's when all the sales are. There's a lot of people that just come back when all the price action is super hot and crypto's up 20x. Well, let me ask you, As an investor, do you make money by buying high, or do you make money by buying low and then selling high? Because I've always understood it to be part two. So why wouldn't you want to be here when it's rough, when it's boring, when everyone else is gone? Because that's when prices are cheap. And then sell it when the masses come in. They're like, oh my gosh, crypto just keeps going up. We all know it doesn't keep going up. And so that's a great time to be taking profits. And that's what we talk about here. Realize that in crypto, in just 15 or 30 minutes a day of learning, day after day, and some really good learning is some informative YouTube videos. There's also great stuff on Twitter. There's great stuff on Reddit. That over time, this will put you in the top 1 to 2% with your understanding of the crypto market. And it's fair to say that if you grow your understanding, it leads you to likely better choices towards smart investments using smart investment principles, which is what we talk about here, smart investment principles. And I think your journey in crypto is going to be a great one. Remember, no rain, no gain. Now, today I'm going to play the full rap. We had this rap written. I wrote it myself. I handed it over to a great artist who recorded it out of the UK. He did a fantastic job making it fun. This is for all of you. We'll see you next time.
Came into the space chasing all of the gains, chasing the pumps and all of the hype trains. But like in life, shit bad before you could. Was told to buy when it was pouring like a rainmaker should. I buy when it's down, don't chase the boats that I miss. Cause I always make the time in mind. I take the one out cause I'm patient like that. And I'll wait for the right time. I sell when it's high, I buy when it's low. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm just a rainmaker running the show. Calculated investments, I don't leave with my heart. The principles are simple, they're leaving a mark. Buy when it's boring, just gotta be smart. I sell when it's hype, like all the channels they pump it. That's when I was selling, got parabolic and dump it. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Make the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Time is never better, the time like the present. The next 5 years is a gift and it's feeling like heaven. I'm committed to learn, to study and to know that nothing comes easy but with knowledge the game show. Sticking out this wrong cause soon will come a bear market. Learning and growing and when it's slow will be the target. They say it's come out, Bitcoin is dead. The massive decreases can get to your head. Sticking around, the time is better. Strong like that, I'll let the others be fretters. 2 years time the ball will bring back the gains. That makes it worth the effort cause here comes the rain. So let's go rainmakers, let's make it all happen. Let go of the hate, let the haters be crapping. I'm here for 5 years, let's do this together. The time is right, the time could be better. They call me rich, they call me smart. I'm a rainmaker, making my own start. I'm with the future, learning the past. Makes the time fly by, years going so fast. The game plan is mine, I'll own it now. When I reach the top, haters asking me how. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck. Haters be hating, the time to slow down. Addressing what they say when I'm wearing my crown. They're chasing green candles like someone who was new. I got a vision that was bigger, helping me to push through. I'm still human and sometimes it is rough. And that's what makes me special, simply I stay tough. Cause I'm a rainmaker, investments I love. And I follow what I learn, not relying on luck.